In this section, we're going to be looking at commitment. Commitment is about being delivery orientated, focusing on the goals and sticking at our goals until we've achieved them. People who are low in commitment tend to exhibit the following kinds of behaviours though. They will avoid setting goals and targets for the fear that failure will expose them as failures. Rather than seeing failure as something that's short term and not about them, but very much situational, they will tend to take it on board as themselves. As a result, they find goals, targets, exams, tests, etc. as intimidating. They really don't enjoy doing those and will seek to get out of those or not even put as much effort in, because then that gives them the excuses to say, well, I didn't really try, and therefore can't be held accountable for their performance. And as a result, they'll give up easily and they'll find any reason for that. They will also try and ignore goals and targets. They are the kind of people that, when given those in a work context, will seek to do anything they can to get out of achieving them or just not embracing them at all. And they will distract attention from the goal with excuses such as, I would have done it, but this got in the way, or that got in the way, or so-and-so wanted me to do something else, etc. If you start to recognise that kind of language and behaviours in somebody, it might well be that they are fairly low or towards the bottom end of the scores on the commitment side of things. They'll often respond to the last person that asked them to do something rather than taking a clear objective view about what the priorities are and putting things to one side. They'll often find it quite difficult to say no to other people, which means that they can end up bouncing around and struggling to achieve their goals because they're not committed and they don't break them down and follow through on them sequentially. On the other side of the spectrum, there are people who are high in commitment, and they tend to exhibit these kind of behaviours. They like goals and measures. They embrace these because they help them describe what success looks like. So they're very keen on that, and they want to be able to achieve. Goals for them are translated into something which is achievable. So they're very good at setting smart goals, or very much what I call process goals, allowing them to take a big objective and break it down into smaller manageable chunks that allow them to, once those are achieved, will build up to achieving the bigger outcome goal. And they're prepared to do what it takes to get the job done. They'll work hard, long hours if need be, and again, that can have a good side and a bad side. People who have higher commitment scores tend to be ones that will work through and put lots of hours in. Sometimes they might be able to find it difficult to achieve a kind of work-life balance, which can, in extreme cases, lead towards burnout. The other thing they'll do is they're very good at maintaining focus. They like the repeated opportunity to measure and prove themselves, hence why they tend to embrace goals. And they're very diligent about projects, tend to deliver on time, look at what's required, and are able to marshal their resources accordingly to help them achieve the outcomes required, allowing them to prioritise effort and activities.